As far as weight training goes, the center again for us is going to be the scapula. So our scapulothoracic articulation, say that 10 times fast, is the base as well as the weakest link in the open kinetic chain. And when we talk about throwing, we're talking about the upper extremity. That's an open kinetic chain. So you can't necessarily totally train them closed chain, but you have to add some in. And there's got to be this blending, this kind of smorgasbord of training techniques with an overhand athlete. You can't lock into just one concept. Generally, most of the exercises, whenever it makes mechanical sense, we start them with a scapular set. And when we talk about a scapular set, it's retraction and depression of the scapula prior to glenohumeral motion. And I had a trainer tell me once that, well, you know, you never do that when you throw a baseball. You don't preset the scapula. No, you don't preset it to terminal end range, but if you don't train end ranges, then what happens is you get stuck somewhere in the middle, and that's where your dysfunction starts. So you don't have the ability to get to those end ranges when you need to. And if you don't train it that way, then what's going to happen is you'll be stuck in the middle and you'll only breed an injury. Okay? Do's and don'ts of weight training, we're going to go through those. And the big thing is what's different about an overhead athlete. So again, always keeping in mind here, because I'm going to probably say a lot of blasphemous things with regards to weight training. So please don't hold it against me, but it's weight training as it relates to an overhand athlete. The thing that has to be considered is that this overhand athlete, in addition to their weight training, does 200+ throws in a day, on any given day. So whether they're long tossing, whether they're doing a side in the bullpen, whether they have specific drills that they need to do that, including arm motion, that is a lot of wear and tear, okay? The wear and tear of those throws is evidenced by the fact that there are osseous changes in the humerus, okay? There's a reason why you see somebody like Randy Johnson who's got excessive external rotation in a throwing position. It's not necessarily because his capsule is loose. He has excessive external rotation in his glenohumeral joint because the humerus is developed, rotated back into external rotation. Okay? That's growth. That's what happens when you start throwing a 5-ounce spherical object when you're a fetus and you put it under rotational movements for the rest of your life. That epiphysis starts to grow and it manifests itself rotated back into external rotation. Okay? You will never get that arm all the way up in internal rotation on that side because the bone won't allow it to happen. And if you can, it means you're stretching the capsule out that much further.